Herstory magazine. Ever heard of that? Well, imagine a magazine that captures the stories of one of the greatest women in Nigerian history. Imagine that. I'm a big history buff. I've said that a number of times on this show. I'm a big history buff. I think our stories are not being told enough. I think we need to do more work telling our stories. I think we need to make sure that we don't lose our stories. It's a pity that we are. We are losing a lot of our stories. But some people are putting in the hard work to make sure that our stories are preserved, not just preserved, but also told in ways that interest people, especially young people. So we were excited when we heard about Her Story magazine. Enjoy this.
In the words of Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, if we don't tell our stories, no one else will. On this note, Nigerian historian and writer Dr. Oludamola Adebowale officially launches the flagship Herstory of Nigeria school tour alongside the Herstory of Nigeria illustration magazine, a publication spotlighting the history of Nigerian women between 1910 and 1950. The first stop of the tour at Queen's College, Lagos, marks the beginning of a significant educational and cultural movement aimed at empowering the girl child.
Today we gather not merely to celebrate women, but to remember, reclaim, and amplify the voices of courageous women whose resilience, leadership, and sacrifices helped to shape the very foundations of our society. It is especially significant that this program is being hosted within the walls of Queen's College, an institution that stands as a living legacy of the ideals we have gathered to celebrate.
This is a legacy project, and our goal is to take it across the country, telling these stories in diverse languages and multiple perspectives. It's not just about Yoruba women or Igbo women. It's a Nigerian narrative. So most time when I often engage with people, they say, it's the history of Lagos. No, yes, it was formerly named History of Lagos, but it's her story of Nigeria.
I'm glad that Ashiri magazine has brought us all here today to begin this historical reorientation journey. Lady Oyinka Abayomi was the first Nigerian teacher at Queen's College, Lagos. To learn more about her, make sure you get a copy of the magazine when it's unveiled today.
Dignitaries present emphasized the impact and relevance of studying history.
For the Nigerian girl child, understanding history is not optional. It is essential, because when you know where you come from, you begin to understand who you are. For example, if you know the history of Queen's College, you understand the significance and importance of the fact that you're getting educated and sitting here today. And when you understand who you are, you begin to define where you would like to go.
History gives us context. It helps us see beyond the headlines and opinions, because it helps us build empathy, reminding us that the people in the past fear, focus, loss, and uncertainty like we all do today. And because history can inform our judgments. It allows us to weigh the possibilities and consequences, and it allows us to see when perhaps events have happened before and what we can learn from those. The life of Queen Elizabeth II reminds us that history is not just something that happens, it's something that people live through, respond to, and pass on. When we learn history, we are not looking backwards towards nostalgia, we are looking forward with understanding.
And now to the official launch of Herstory of Nigeria illustration magazine. In his remarks, the creative director of the Herstory of Nigeria project reiterates his commitment to documenting and sharing the stories of Nigerian women.
I've dedicated my life to preserving and promoting and archiving Nigerian history for the last 13 years. This is my 9 to 5. So I saw a more deeper problem with the stories of women, with the history of women, And I'm not creating this project to retell the story, not just telling the story, but also archiving it and doing proper research in telling the stories of women and the legacy and the impact they've done and what they fought for that we have in the country today. So the project is more like a solution to a problem that we need to fix. History was removed in schools for a while. They said it was returned, but how qualitative and quantitative is what is being taught in this classroom? We don't know. So if we don't fix our educational system, if we don't fix how we tell our stories, if we don't find a way to export our history and make it a national pride, we will lose the very core of who we are as Nigerians. So somebody has to do it, and I'm doing it, and I'm so happy doing this.
The Herstory of Nigeria School Tour will continue across public and private schools nationwide, while the magazine will be made freely available to audiences young and old.